Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, February 15th, around 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. Severe storms are firing over Oklahoma ahead of a nighttime severe weather threat. And that's the big story. 80 million Americans across 25 states are on alert for severe weather. Keep calm. It's boom time, and it's coming. There are 80 million Americans across 25 states on alert for severe weather as a major winter storm Nova, is expected to bring heavy snow, high winds, and a threat for tornadoes from Colorado to Alabama. Now, Winter Storm Nova will spread snow into parts of the plains and the Midwest. Another round of snow is expected in the plains and the Midwest tonight through tomorrow. Moderate to heavy snow is possible from parts of the southern Rockies to the Great Lakes, all the way through the Northeast. Once again, little snow will fall from this storm in the Northeast, but a secondary system may change that later in the models. Heavy snowfall, gusty winds will impact central and southern portions of Iowa starting now and into tomorrow, as snowstorm causes travel issues around Denver as the South is bracing for severe weather. And severe weather is moving across Oklahoma now and Indiana into Thursday. So heads up, we'll get to the full forecast in just a second here. Severe storms in the South and Ohio Valley could produce strong tornadoes as well as damaging winds. And Arkansas, will there be hail or tornadoes tonight? Perhaps. Severe storms are firing over Oklahoma right now. And a strong winter storm across the center of the nation currently happening. Winter Storm Nova, that's the name. Flooding potential increases for Hawaii as well. A strong storm will track across the southern plains to the Great Lakes through Thursday. A ribbon of heavy snow is forecast to stretch from the central high plains into the Great Lakes region. A narrow corridor of sleet and freezing rain from northern Missouri, northern Illinois, to southeastern Michigan. So there's going to be an ice storm here, and we'll go check the models for that setup as we look. A narrow corridor of sleet and freezing rain could be insane. Severe thunderstorms are expected from the lower Mississippi Valley to the Ohio Valley. A small threat of tornadoes also happening. Here we are at the 18Z day tornado forecast 2022 with the models. This is the current forecast. So in the brown zone, 5% chance of tornado development. So heads up as we move over to the GFS model to look at total snow moving through the rest of February. You can see that one strip moving through here now through Thursday and into Friday. It'll be moving to the northeast. By Friday night to Saturday morning, could be heavy snow in northern Maine. It's insane. So I don't know why that forecast said there's no snow for the northeast. Could be picking up some heavy snow here in northern Vermont as well as northern New York from this system. And then shortly after that, the beginning of the week, another system's going to drop down through the west and bring a second, more substantial system to the north of that last line. So it's looking fine for snowfall through February, including a few sneaky nor'easters that may bring snow to Philly, New York, and Boston. Heads up. Live new storm threat as the death toll rises in the southern hemisphere. Mayors and emergency management officials from Hawke's Bay area are holding a joint briefing at 10 a.m., which might be now, with at least 5 deaths and untold destruction in a disaster which is still unfolding. Hello. So there is some bad things happening, apparently, in New Zealand. Seismic update. Good news, no quakes of note. We have some 5.0 activity in Bolivia at a deep depth. We had a major rumbler here, 5.2, just 20 kilometers west-southwest of Adak volcano. So this could be some volcanic activity here. And we do have a 6.1 in the Philippines at 20 kilometers. Nothing of note. Some small aftershocks in the Turkey region. And there is that second Oh, there's some aftershocks in Romania after that second 5.7 blast. Moving over to Iceland, we can see a major uptick in the country as a whole. And so let's refresh this, make sure nothing has popped off recently. Take a look. There it is. Boom. Uh-oh. Something firing red. Could be any of these red zones, but it's all at the same time in different places. The Turnus fracture zone is chilling down Austria, as well as, what is the name of that glacier? Well, it is escaping me. The Vatnajökull, yes. Nothing happening on the Vatnajökull where Bardabunga, as well as Grimsvötn, are located, but we do have some activity perhaps on the Reykjanes Ridge or the peninsula, so let's take a look at that. Yeah, that's where it's happening. On the peninsula, so we're now zoning in on it. There's a cluster of earthquakes happening right there, right near Reykjanes. So heads up, we don't want to see a big quake there. It could affect the city. Worldwide volcano news update. We've got Fuego to 18,000 feet. Sangay Nevados de Ruiz to 20,000. Sabancaya intermittent emissions. And Karangitan to 8,000 feet. Wonderful name of a volcano. Sakurajima as well, puffing and passing to just 7,000 feet. Swanosima puffing and passing to 7,000. Not much going on. Cotopaxi volcano, 20,000 foot puff and pass. Not much going on overall, but we do have a wonderful glow. Take a look at this from Karangitang as glowing rock falls continue to emanate from the lava dome. Let's open up this image and get the full effect of the boom. Absolutely spectacular. Space weather news update. Not much going on at Solar Max. We have a pathetic lack of flaring sun with multiple sunspots, many of which are facing us directly and not, well, picking up what we're putting down. In fact, the grand solar minimum is in effect as solar indices continue to drop to solar minimum levels. Holy macaroni. Now, the U.S. is on track to add $19 trillion in new debt over the next 10 years, which means, well, the country is bankrupt. So, bad times ahead, folks. I hope you're preparing for the new paradigm. Now, are videos of dead fish near the Ohio train derailment real? Yes. And in fact, 10% of the population of the U.S. lives on this drainage. Are they trying to depopulate us? It's anyone's guess. But the suppression of information and the quieting of the media, well, that reveals epic amounts of information. Now, numerous videos of dead fish in a brook described as being near the Ohio train derailment and chemical release went viral just a few days ago. And guess what? It's all real. Yes. Dead fish are everywhere, as well as weird foam on the side of the river and these filters that the EPA has put in place to quiet the entire situation. Now, nobody's being quiet about it. In fact, most people are screaming
of By Road in
at the top
US
of their lungs.
170 North.
And contaminated by toxic chemicals. Let's take a look at this video that just came out moments ago.
Contamination concerns are bubbling in eastern Ohio as residents are told it is safe to return to East Palestine. State officials confirmed that toxic chemicals entered the Ohio River after about 50 cars derailed in a fiery crash. Contaminants from derailed cars spilled into some waterways and were toxic to about 3,500 fish. Ohio Department of Health encouraging people.
3,500 fish? Are they kidding me? Well, they're trying to kid you.
To use bottled water.
At higher levels, especially over a longer period of time, then we can have longer-term health effects. And
so Bowtie Guy is, well, admitting the facts that if any exposure to these chemicals over the long term exists, everyone will get cancer. And they put him up there in a white lab coat and a bow tie, and it just sounds fine, doesn't it?
have longer-term health effects, and that's why there is the concern around these compounds.
Norfolk Southern Railway says with the EPA, it has completed more than 115 in-home air tests and that none have detected any of the substances related to the incident.
You're
But
completely
families say
safe.
They are worried.
My grandbabies, that's why I bought this property, so they could play in the creek and have a good time, but I ain't putting them in it this year. I don't know if I'll ever put them back in it.
In East Palestine, gas detectors line the town.
Oh, God.
Ashley McCollum telling ABC's Alex Prochet how she's moved her children to different schools after they complained of headaches and pains following the derailment.
I don't know if we'll ever have that sense of feeling safe.
The Ohio governor says he understands the town's anger. Again, tonight, residents will be allowed to voice their concerns and ask questions. And the meeting is expected to be, quote, spirited.
Oh, I bet it will be spirited, now won't it? The entire community has been decimated by toxic chemicals. The media is complicit in the government cover-up. They contaminated an entire city in the United States, and they want to remain silent. That is the state of the union. Now, breaking off the science, scientists find the first observational evidence of theoretical mathematics. This is completely insane. The title of this article is Impossible, first of all, because black holes and dark energy are nothing more than mathematical constructs in a theoretical model. No one has ever observed a black hole or dark energy. Whether they claim they have or not, the fact is that black holes are imaginary, theoretical, mathematical models, as well as dark energy. And for the fact that scientists claim observational evidence of either is completely antithetical to language, to critical thinking, and to factual information. You cannot have observational evidence of a theoretical model based on math, unless you're observing math, and they're not. They're observing glowing things in the sky, and they're claiming that they prove math. Completely asinine, our world. Now, you want to know about real science? 10 years ago today, the Chelyabinsk meteor exploded over Russia. The Chelyabinsk meteor was the biggest space rock to hit Earth this century. Well, just after the Tunguska event, in a similar area. And the shock waves shattered windows and injured hundreds of people. Now, if we just double the size of this, the outcome would be much different. And it's just a matter of time before an object like this, twice, 3, 10 times the size, enters Earth and goes boom. And that's why we're here, to prepare you, not scare you for what's coming. So join us this Saturday, noon Mountain Time on revolution.radio. Revolution.radio. On the internet, Studio B, 12 noon, where you can just click play and listen to Leon Diamond talk about the worst year on Earth to be alive, 536 AD. And if you haven't heard, Rage Against the War Machine is this weekend in Washington, D.C. If you're there, February 19th or nearby, I would hope you could get there. This is to end the warmongering. The last time we had an anti-war rally of this substance was during the threat of Syrian war, and we stopped the war in Syria. Hello. Rage Against the War Machine, anti-war rally, Washington, D.C. Now, a lot of people are poo-pooing this event because there are people from the left and the right, and thankfully so. There are critical thinkers worldwide from all political derivations who don't want to kill our planet or our people. The only way you should be thinking if you're a citizen of the world is anti-war. There is no benefit to war except to enrich the money funders that start the wars. Now, if you're suffering from stress or sleep or focus, now God knows that's most of us. what you'll want to get is some free mushroom gummies from Hemp Lucid. These mushroom gummies, well, are carefully crafted to help you maintain sense of calm no matter what your day brings. And we've been giving you the wrong coupon code for free shipping. We said it was Boom, and we apologize. It's actually Shrooms. Free shipping with coupon code Shrooms. Get your free gummies at Hemp Lucid while supplies last. Coupon code Shrooms. And that's a Booms. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Please click the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. All of our content uninterrupted, commercial free on Patreon. Be safe. We love you.